Hello, everyone. Long time no see. I have honestly forgot about this account a little bit. But today I wanted to talk about a movie that I actually watched last night called Disclosure Day. Let me not put my hands up or else it'll focus on it. I watched Disclosure Day by the one and only Steven Spielberg, the legendary director of so many classics. Uh, Not a good movie. I have to say it here and now at the beginning of the video, so you can sense the tone of this review. The movie was let me pull up the stats here, and if you want to follow me on Letterboxd, I'm gonna put my name right here. Um, it is 245 minutes, so 2 hours and 25 minutes, and it was a nothing burger. It was a nothing burger. From the moment the movie started, I didn't care about the characters or the storyline, and it was a little bit predictable with where it was kind of going, but also not predictable because I also just didn't care what was happening. Anyways, my review of on Letterbox is this. The biggest nothing burger I've ever watched. Genuinely written by a teenager that thinks if everyone loved each other, the world would be better. Steven Spielberg, I am disappointed. And yes, I am disappointed. Now, I went into this movie because I am a sci-fi fan. I like a lot of different sci-fi movies. I can't really name a lot of them off the top of my head, but like I like sci-fi. Aliens are cool, especially when done right. Like I love Arrival. Interstellar Interstellar's pretty sci-fi. I like that kind of, um very thought-provoking, right? This was not thought provoking at all. And that's what I mean by a teenager made this and they thought it was deep. I mean that in the way that the message that this movie was trying to get across was not that deep or introspective. Um a little spoilers, um, but I actually it's not really spoilers, but the movie is called Disclosure Day. Full disclosure, the world has to know. And spoilers, spoilers, the whole point of the movie is that Josh O'Connor's character has evidence from this one corporation that alien life exists, and they've been crashing on Earth since the what was it the 50s or the 60s, and it's disclosure day, and everyone needs to know this information, and this information is the same as air or water, and this corporation can't control shouldn't be the only ones to know this. Everyone in the world has the right to know that we are not alone in this universe, and that this the company's called Wardex, um and they've been like reverse engineering technology and stuff, and the alien technology that has crash landed, and that they've been around for so long, we're not alone in this universe, and it was just like very surface level. um Towards the end of the movie, there's this whole montage of like all the footage, like the hours of footage, um of all these crash sites that they've been what's the word I'm like, not extracting, but they've basically been cleaning up these crash sites and taking what they want from it. And it's just like you're supposed to like feel something, but I was just like laughing. I don't know what else to say because I also watched this with a friend, and after we were just like all these people, so in the montage I'm talking about, right? They're playing it on the news because they're disclosing it because it's disclosure day. Um and everybody's finding out about it, and it's like this movie's like a millennial movie. I don't know how else to explain it. It's a very millennial like movie. Another way I explained it to my friend was, it's if this movie was released in the late 80s or 90s, it would have been a blockbuster. It would have been a hit. Like people would have loved it. But now that it's 2026, nobody really cares about this topic of aliens, and this message is overdone and not getting through to people. Like, and I mean that in that the first half of the movie is a nothing burger. You're running away from these people, but you don't care about these characters. There's no backstory. The plot the plot's just like, oh, we have to take down like Big Brother's controlling the information, and it was just very Like, you didn't care at all. There was never a point that made me care about the movie or the characters or anything. And, um, like, it would have been fine for the 90s because people cared about aliens in the 90s, and this kind of feel good message of, like, empathy and, "Oh, we are all one," was, like, big back then. And obviously it's always been a big thing, and that's always been a purpose of movies, is bringing people together and sharing a message. But this message was like, okay, spoilers. There's already been spoilers. I don't know why I'm saying that. At the end of the literally the last word of the movie is just Emily Blunt's character looking in the camera and going, "Listen, listen." Like, I don't, it was just so, like made for teenagers. I Not even teenagers, just like it's just a simple movie that I don't really think that you can take a whole lot from, you know? Which really disappointed me because they clickbait you in the trailer. There is this in the trailer, there is this image of a spaceship coming out of the clouds, a really epic looking spaceship coming out of the clouds. And I was like, whoa, that's interesting. Like, it's going to be like an action blockbuster kind of thriller kind of situation we got going on here. No, that clip of the spaceship coming out of this clouds is literally in the montage that we see of the videos of the aliens that the government, that the Wardex has held onto. And so it's like, why why are we using cool imagery in the trailers just to have, like, basically none of it in the movie? Like, legit none of it. Like, nothing. There was about maybe 45 minutes of this movie that was sci-fi. The rest of it was like a crime cat and mouse chase. That's what I saw in another review. It's like, why so much of the movie was just running away, and then they it was just so disappointing. It was so disappointing. And, like, Steven Spielberg is an amazing director, but I don't know if he's just lost touch, or if this was just like a fluke or something, but I I don't know how people find this movie amusing. Maybe if it was, like, cut in half time-wise and, like, condensed, it could be somewhat interesting, but even then, there was just nothing. There was nothing there. And I think back to what I was saying with how this was like a millennial movie, the montage of, like, everybody reacting, because they put the clips on the TV, on the news, so, like, everybody can watch it. It's disclosure day, so everybody can watch it, and, um everybody needs to find out this information. And it's literally everybody stopped in the streets looking at their phone. Everyone stopped in the streets. They're on the subway. They're in the grocery store. They're just all looking at their phones. Like, it feels like a 2012 movie. It's just so dramatic when it doesn't need to be, not very realistic, because you're seeing, like aliens being extracted from the crash, and they're, like, cut in half, and everybody's like, "Oh my god." Like, they're crying, and so emotional, and I'm like, "Okay, I understand that's a valid reaction to it, but why is that everyone's reaction?" Like, there was just it it was just bland. Like, everybody was the same. It was very robotic. My friend was saying how the dialogue was so choppy, and it just felt like a cheap action cash grab, because, like, the second in command bad guy is usually, first of all, he usually dies off. This guy didn't die in this movie. But also, they just, like, they're not, like, the most talented actors, which I get. That makes sense. But it was just so choppy. The line deliveries were so weird. And also, three of the main characters, Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, and I think her name was Meg Hewson or something, they were all non-Americans, and their accents weren't bad, but it was noticeable. And there was this one point in the movie where Emily Blunt's performance, by the way, is the best part of the movie. Emily Blunt's performance, I will say, is actually great with what she was given, and how she did what she did with it was very impressive. There's this one scene specifically where she's, like, having this panic anxiety attack in a train, and it was very realistic. So that was very nice. Yeah, I'll start talking about what I did like about the movie. I loved the score of the movie. John Williams. Like, I don't know how you couldn't like it. John Williams scoring a movie. It just felt very Spielbergy, with the horns and the kind of orchestral atmosphere in the background. So that was really nice. I love John Williams' score, and it's John Williams, so you have to love it. Um, and I generally liked the thought behind it. I liked the idea of the whole one of the guys in the movies, Coleman Domingo's character, I think if it was him, literally in the movie, he is talking about how he like met the aliens or something. I can't remember if this detail's right. He like met the aliens or something, and they were like, our biggest superpower is empathy and caring for one another. And while I like that message. That message is good. Obviously, I think we can take more from that in the real world and use that to our advantage, and we have to be nice and we have to treat each other better. But when you have a blockbuster movie like this, that's just too low hanging fruit to say we have to love each other. We have to treat each other like how we want to be treated. There was no I can't grab any other perspective to look at this because he literally just said our greatest superpower is empathy. And that was what the movie was riding on. Um but I can commend their effort in trying to spread a good message because that's what movies are, that's what art is, spreading a message. And I think that it can do what it tried to do with spreading empathy, but it was just like a waste of money and a waste of time for me at least. I've seen reviews, people saying, "Oh, it was great. I had a good time. Um, I was interested throughout the whole thing, and the last 30 minutes was great because like you get to see the alien and he brings it out and stuff." But it's just like like the ceiling was here, and it got about maybe here. Like the ceiling for how good this movie could be was here, and it was down, down here. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I was just disappointed. I was excited to go see this movie. We also have the Odyssey coming out soon. We have Spider-Man Brand New Day. Is it Brand New Day? I think it's Brand New Day coming out soon. So I mean, it's a great time for the movies, but this was just like I don't know, bro. I gave it a 2 stars out of 5 on Letterboxd, which it's not the worst. I've given worse reviews, I think. Actually, no, I haven't. I checked. That's tied with my lowest review. Tied with Cool World, released in 1992, featuring Brad Pitt. Um, pardon for the sound in the background. Pardon me. Uh, yeah. Not too much, not too many positive things to say about this movie. Besides some of the performances, Colin Firth also was pretty good, but I don't think his character was really that complex to begin with. He was just like a very average bad guy, being like, "We can't let this information out. The world can't know. They won't understand." That was the gist of his character, literally the gist of his character. The like actual sci-fi alien aspect of the movie wasn't really that interesting because they had a device that could like go into other people's minds, but it was elementary, incredibly elementary. I don't know. It just wasn't like when I think of a sci-fi movie, I think of like a very complex movie that has a really cool built out world and um technology that actually is like, wow, this is so cool. I care about these aliens. I care about this world. I care about how these characters react to it. I care about what these characters have to say. But I actually didn't care about anything. Like my friend, midway through the movie, she goes, I think I would rather take a nap right now." And I agreed. I agreed. It was kind of a snooze worthy movie. But that's enough for me. This is kind of getting to a long review. I'm just actually pooping on this movie. But I suggest you to go see it. I suggest you to go watch the movie, make your own opinion on it. Just as any other review I do on this channel, I highly recommend you guys to experience it for yourself and not just listen to me. Because what I hate is when people look at a review or watch a review and may finish the whole thing, may not finish the whole thing, and go in a comment section and be like, how could you say that? It's opinions based, bro. It's opinions based. Like, if I see a comment, I mean, nobody would probably comment on this, but if I see a comment be like, how did you not enjoy this? I'm gonna be like, just shut up, bro. It's my opinion. Just shut up. Anyways, I also want to say quick thank you, very big thank you on my last video for the BTS album. I know I haven't posted in a long, long time, but I got a lot of views on that, so thank you for that. And if you want more of these album or movie reviews or anything else, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you for my next movie review or other review.